Welcome to official SL TV channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my video and press the red button. Please help me to share my video.
Family mina kabo plenty kushe tena. Today, I do this audio simply because I come across a piece written by Alhaji Foday Yansaneh, when I the deputy chairman of the APC party. And the document where he write, he be congratulate APC for a birthday that is 64 years birthday. And things then the way he say in that document there were not correct. So I decide for debunk within he say, because I don't feel to say it is good for we country for we continuously do revisionism. Within a revisionism. Revisionism na the habit we I notice people them they do now we country within its guy for manipulate history for suit themselves. APC they do them, SLPP they do them. Sierra Leoneans then they do them for suit their own intentions. And history is not meant to be tampered with for meet self criteria. Because waiting and teach we say history now the recording of past event. That means to say, you know, they record something will not happen. Now waiting happen. But it look like for say, Salon don't develop an appetite for they can manipulate things them, for give people them things they will not merit, for can appraise people them wrongly, while the people them will merit the appraisal. No, they get them. No wonder with society, they look every day like a society we're very unequal, and it is very unequal, and it's wrong. Give Caesar waiting belong to Caesar. Give Abu waiting belongs to Ram. Give Manja waiting belongs to Ram. Give Dou waiting belongs to Ram. Give Lamina waiting belongs to Ram. Momo waiting belongs to Ram. We don't go in a society where suppose for be a community of people them we get one ethical value system and principle in which we all glue together and they work together for achieve the ethical principles then they. So today, for deal with that issue there, I want for talk about a man where so sad. They respect him all over the world. He's valued all over the world. Nah, an activist for the rights of indigenous Africans all over the world. Now a journalist, now a unionist, na ex-serviceman, na be an ex-service custom officer na Sierra Leone. He traveled country to country for educate, for sensitize Africans, them for stand for their rights and for free themselves from mental slavery and stand against the white man them. And he was an agitator against the colonialists. He formed the first union movement in Nigeria. Because of that, then say he act illegally. He was deported. He go Ghana. When he go Ghana, he no sit down, he no sleep. He continue with the activism. As he reach this so, he meet, they don't sentence some 9 African Americans, black African Americans to death. Then call them the Scottsboro case. He take up that case. He fought for them. This man and no other person na Isaac Theophilus Acuna Wallace Johnson, born 1894 and sadly passed on 10 May 1965 due to a road crash where he gets in a Gold Coast. He was so respected by Kwame Nkrumah. Now they repatriate a body, come back in Sierra Leone in a golden coffin. That's how much respect they lavish upon that son of Sierra Leone. We are not feel to say we give the honor. We join the white man them for undermine integrity, for undermine his natural strength, courage, and valor. An ex-serviceman with fought for Sierra Leone during the First World War. The man will take upon himself for fight for all black colonial soldiers them the right for wear shoes, because I'm a man now West Africa not be the wear susu. We with man and wear boot, we na motis will be getting now with foot. That is something with fiber bandage, with the bandage na foot the waka 10-2 panchuk chuk na bomber war. Then the fets na bush 10-2. This man a great man. But today I no come for can talk about Tam solely. I want to deal with this issue of APC Ibatide as Alhaji Foday Yansaneh say. I go put on to Foday Yansaneh, say he's been economical with the truth. First, where he talk for say, Pasheki turn elections before independence movement into APC. That is not exactly true because the 2 entities were separate. APC was a separate entity. Elections before independence was a separate entity. Elections before independence born after the Lancaster House independence meeting. Waiting happen. 26 men and women bypass parliament. They make a coalition without consultation with parliament and the country and decide upon themselves 3 party and 2 independent people them. A colonial party, SLPP, and PNP. then go represent themselves, because not to salon then go represent. When they go, the coalition will they make. Now one way people them pick themselves, interested parties for go concur with man them for make we get independence based on the Whitman them interest and not Sierra Leoneans interest. Because if not Sierra Leonean interest, there was a British MP, Right Honorable Edwards. He challenged them. He said, this one they do so. Now a very bad precedence. I don't see any reason where this country don't they under bondage, under colonialism. They not rule themselves for over 2,200 for over 250 years. Now, when they can rush them for give their independence without consultation, they say there's nothing wrong for making them do elections a year, then the next year when I do the independence. Where at that time, everybody in the country could be involved in the process. They're not doing. And the people them, we refuse for agree. One of them, Nasheka Stevens, he object to the independence before elections. And not to in one grain, of course, Wallace Johnson and the two independent MP them, the two independent individual them. When a Kono then come out, Kono, I didn't come out. Kono has always been independent minded. For make this clear to people them. Songo Briwa, at one time he was banished from Kono, Nakamakwe Gogo Sidom, because of his view, independent view. But not so that's what they talk about now. We talk about waiting happen. Kono independent individuals that we go not support independence before elections. They're not supporter. So the one them will not support them, then quickly alienate them for silence them. Because this na the culture we don't create now we country. Anybody will get opposition an enemy. So waiting happen. The strongest of them all, they hold them, then bill them, then give them a bill of £700. Waiting at £700 in today's value. Now over £20,000 on today's value. That is the bill then give Wallace Johnson. And Wallace Johnson, you know, a lot of people don't know say, na Sheki in mentor, na in train Sheki, na in expose Sheki, na in educate Sheki, na him, na the man we give Sheki the appetite for politics. Na him inject in him radicalism. Now Wallace Johnson, na in na the agba for Sheki. Sheki na ibobo. Sheki was under the influence of Wallace Johnson. Now that make one of the great things that we Sheki do. The best statue we'll get in Sierra Leone, but all the statue there now Wallace Johnson is statue. Now one of the first things that we Sheki do for honor a mentor. And I go put time to Foday Yansaneh. With all seriousness, they go look the books them. The construct of elections before independence, not to Sheki. Now Wallace Johnson. And I have the letter where I go read to una at some point, where he writes to the colonial office na England. They make them position clear. Wallace Johnson was so respected, even people them we not go school, respect the ability for use the pen, then call her Wallace pen. So then deport Wallace And when you get bail, then they restrict your movement and what you say. Sheka Stevens, they arrest an abo na England na ya. Bo Borough. And they sent him. And when they come, then they surveillance him, then DBN him, and they make life miserable for him. And guess what? Then try for put libel case pan them. They make the libel law and I force them cage just for Muslim. They cannot talk freely. People when they talk about what they go on now. SLPP it's not popular now. It's not unpopular now. During the 50s and the 60s, SLPP was so unpopular in Sierra Leone. SLPP was so resented, was so hated because of the tribalism, the mix-up, the extravagance, that the first African country where the government go buy limousine, Mercedes-Benz, 6-door, where the people and the language rest no day, and the people were resisted for the first time. Protectorate, the northern people and the Creole them come together with this appetite for rid of SLPP. While then they pan in Lancaster House waiting and call, you get great men them we be done begin engaged. And then great men and there, I go bring them come out in a minute. Who stem them can know but them. Now where Sheka Stevens then come out na England from the Lancaster House meeting. Na a man when they call Alhaji Jibril. Na be a senior Muslim cleric, activist, ex-serviceman, effect during the Second World War. That man na him publicly endorsed Sheka Stevens' objections. Where he make na Lancaster House, na the conference, where then do on the 20th of April until May 4 in 1960. Then Alhaji Jibril Sise invite Sheki to a meeting. Now he also where he go introduce him to the other men them will be there inside the APC. And then men them there na C.A. Kamaratilo, S.A.T. Kuruma, S.A. Fofana, and others. They meet na Kisi Road. And at that time, then we don't get proposed initials for the party when a APC, the abbreviation, they don't get time. But they not be done give the abbreviation, the name to the letter them. Now a committee they make, when that committee they, we Sheki day, Taki day, Fona day, na them make the acronym All People's Congress. Then the symbol of the party, now a man called Abubakar Siddiqui Bangura. Now in Roa. And the flames them na 12. We signify, we represent the 12 districts which Sierra Leone get at that time. The second meeting, Jibril no be there, Alhaji Jibril no be there. So, then do now another address. The address where they go do now see a Kamaratilo in Modelo he owes. when lost in lane. Then all other subsequent meeting, then they do an apakale osna elba corner. Now invite Sheki. And elections before independence, a construct of Wallace Johnson, not to Sheki Biketa. In fact, Sheki Bide a committee elections before independence. I go read the letter in a little while. But what can happen? The two entities both beget a need. APC was underground and they work for them get rid of this disgusting political party where tribalistic, where Albert Magai take power just between where his brother died to 1967, the army, the officers, the main officers, and be 26%. It raised them up to 56%. For the first time in the history of the world. Now, Sierra Leone happened where they make affirmative action for suit a majority group. Where everywhere else, now a minority group, then they make affirmative actions for. It happened at Sierra Leone. And the people and we felt really disgusted. We team up for fight this inequality here. One of them, now a wonderful woman, when they call Nancy Steele. She fought tirelessly. The first agitator, now the white man, a flesh, when a tongue in the flesh, now be Wallace Johnson. Then Nancy Steele, now in the woman we make the first women league organization, possibly in West Africa. He waked the woman the appetite for politics. It challenged the SLPP, the system, and the colonial system. Dr. Fona went at the first pediatrician, now we country. Then the native man went himself, just like Wallace Johnson, a prolific writer, that a man called Bashtaki. Bashtaki na inti map na Victoria Park, it give one of the most powerful speech for indict the SLPP, the wrongdoings in our country. These are all facts there. The Yansaneh'S can talk like for Sina Sheki one green. Now in struggle for APC. And in fact, the policy we make the original motto of APC, now Wallace Johnson, we say now or never. That was the original motto, now or never. That is, they either do it now or they never do it. So, waiting APC and elections before independence be need from each other. APC not get the recognition, which we readily available for elections before independence. Every that situation there, where we make the two entities get for come together. Because this desperate situation be there. What's in this desperate situation? They both need something from each other. APC need recognition. Elections before independence be the fight for survival. Because the machine, the colonial machine, and the SLPP be don't connive for Banham. They would have gone out of existence. So they had to do something very quickly. And waiting, that'd be the only way we then will save. That's in the APC go benefit the recognition where they need, then prevent prevent elections before independence, sudden death. The only way we then go do that now for let them merge. And the person will be the sponsor elections before independence. Now a man we now businessman, now we country, now one other person will not get the recognition where it deserve. We historians then they sleep, now then job, they not they look at them, document them, yeah, for let them bring the reality out to we people them. That Monday, na Sir Ernest Dunstan Morgan. Sir Ernest Dunstan Morgan, na him, na the founder of the Morgan Pharmacy. He gets pharmacy there all across the country. That man in be the sponsor elections before independence, but he do them in secret. Because anything where you do politics, you need money. He supported them selflessly. He supported them not for benefits, anything, selflessly. And another man we support APC, now Yansaneh'S. And APC play ungrateful, bad one. Unless we pay attention to anything there. Ungratefulness don't become a seated policy inside the Sierra Leonean culture. People in visually, Sheikha Stevens, now one of them visually people in it. He played Yansaneh'S visually. Now we left that. Now we come back on the road. APC and APC and elections before independence movement. They merge on the 11th of September. That was not the birth of APC. That was the merging of APC and elections before independence. And this na Dr. Devino, Professor Devino, the account. Now the Guinness. I repeat, Professor Devino, the account. Because waiting on it happen, tribalism, not to just SLPP them property. It look like for say APC self don't they develop that because then they try for exclude the Creole them from the history of Sierra Leone. And without the Creole them, we would never have had independence as we have and so. But you get a man respected, revered, honored. He go through a communist training, Marxism training. Now Russia. That man then a unionist. He fights for the rights of indigenous Africans all over the world. He take cases, he represents people them all over the world. He educates people them. A Pan-African respected all over Jamaica, Ghana, Nigeria, everywhere. Like the man who teach the Nigerian how for resist, how for fight. The Ghanaians, then Kwame Nkrumah, Wallace Johnson, I mentor. The man born 1894. He was a year older than Samilti Magai. Samilti Magai, born 1885. This man here, he's more than, I think, he's more than a year older than Samilti. Samilti born 1895. Wallace Johnson born 18. Wallace Johnson born, oh Lord. Wallace Johnson born 1894. Yes, now 1 year old, 1 year difference. 1894, now Wallace Johnson born. Sir Milton born